Hey, all you Zealots and Zerglings, it's time for a 4 versus 4 on the map Deadlock Ridge, where I have spawned as the pink Zerg with my base ally here, Spartan, as the green Terran. And our other allies kind of grouped over here on the south side. We got Contrarian as the yellow Protoss, and Bocephus as the orange Zerg. And I have a little GLHF heart for the other team. We'll be meeting at this time. We've got Frankenstein as the purple Zerg. Atlas is the red Zerg. Federer as the teal Protoss. And finally, we've got Hazardous, not Hazardous, Hazardous as the blue Protoss. It's like we've already got scouts moving out across the map. Some slow overlords that are going to just, take their sweet little time. But then we got this little fast probe here from Contrarian. We're going to be seeing what's going on right now, which right now there's really nothing going on. We do have the pool coming down here for Atlas. That's about half done, so it could be going for some early Lings. Frankenstein also does not have anything going on just yet. Still pretty early. We do have the first pylon going down for Hazardous. Oh, looks like Federer does have his first pylon down already, and he's going to be throwing down that first gateway. And Contrarian's going to be able to scout, see if there's any sort of early cannon rush. We don't need forage yet. This pylon is done, so we're going to see if Federer... Oh, that's Hazardous. Is Hazardous going to be throwing down anything? Oh, we got a probe conga line going now. And what's he going to be throwing down there? Is he going to be throwing down the forge? Is he going to be throwing down the gateway? He's got the... It's going to be the gateway. He had a lot of money for it. I don't know what he was waiting for. It looks like Contrarian's probably going to scout in here. He's going to see that this... Oh, the Lings are already done before he even scouts it. And... Oh, he's going to throw down a macro hatch right here between their bases. But he's going to see this spawning pool's done. He did not see the Lings. The Lings going to be trying to respond and taking out this probe. It doesn't look like it. But the drones are... Whoa, that was a bit of a... That was a bit of an overreaction, if I do say so myself. But we do have the Lings from here, from Atlas coming down. There's about 8 Lings. Are going to be ready for this. We don't really have a wall in from Spartan. He probably could have almost had this a wall in by now, but instead it's going to be a sieve. Where are those Lings going to go? They're swinging by the watchtower just for a moment there as there are other reinforcements coming on the heels of that. It looks like they are going to come in this direction. Do we have anything for this? He's only got one barracks. He's going to have one Marine, which is at least it's in a good position, but kind of, well, actually it's not really in that good of a position because he can't really defend there. And he is going to try to prevent... No, he isn't going to prevent that from finishing, but what are they going to be able to do? I mean, he might be able to make 2... Well, he's not making any Marines right now. He's instead going to run his SCVs over here where I've just finished my pool, so this is really not going to be all that good right now, and I'm going to have to do something about here. Going to try to do a little bit of drone, Michael. He's going to focus on the gas, but I don't think that's a great idea right there, and I'm not having the greatest job of microing my drones, and yeah, they're just going to get slaughtered right there. And there's 2 Lings of my own, but what are they going to do? And they're going to work on my hatchery. If they take this hatchery down, that'd be a huge loss. In fact, they might want to try to focus that down. They're just a little bit non-committal right now. We got a couple... I mean, we're just chasing around. They could really take all of this out, and they're just running themselves into more and more trouble. Maybe to try to take out some more workers. And after that early damage... Of course, they came at Spartan, but no, they're like, no, he's got almost nothing. Let's just go here and kill off the Zerg. That seems about right. And after that, they're going to do nothing. So they're just going to go in, kill all my workers, and then just leave and do absolutely nothing else effective. So thank you very much. That's very much appreciated. It looks like we got either Evo chamber here for Frankenstein and the pool, but he's not yet getting any upgrades here. No +1 attack, no +1 armor, no speed. So I'm really not sure what he's doing right now. And even with 2 hatcheries and 2 queens injecting, he's got a ton of money right now. He really needs to expand again. And it looks like after that early rush, Atlas has decided to expand. And now we're going to have Frankenstein's slowlings. I mean, he had plenty of time to get some speedlings out by now, but no, we're just going to have some slowlings that are going to follow up that pressure. As I'm trying to rebuild my economy, I got 4 drones right now. Looks like I got a couple more on the way. It's gonna be a while, folks. It's gonna be a little while. You lose all your workers. I mean, you have less than you started with. You know how bad your economy is in the start of the game. Now imagine you have fewer workers than that, and it looks like Atlas is going to... Oh, no, I thought he was going to just run ahead, but it looks like they are going to try to coordinate this attack. Are they going to move over here? They might be able to overwhelm these Lings. Oh, they're going to split up, which is a bad idea, because now I think Bocephus has enough Lings to deflect this, and all these Lings are going to be dead before Atlas gets in here, which means Bocephus is going to do a pretty good job at handling these. With a couple of Zealots from Contrarian, this attack is going to be completely ineffective. So a little bit of bad coordination there is going to cost them any significant amount of damage, and they're going to lose a lot of workers. And we have a Stalker from Federer. I don't know what this Stalker is doing. He just kind of ran into his death for no reason, and they're going to scout this base, but no one's going to take this base yet. What are you, crazy? I'm certainly in no position to expand. Oh, apparently I have expanded. Oh, that's right. I believe I had this expansion thrown down, which is why I didn't have a pool yet. And they don't want to wait for that Spine Crawler to finish, but it looks like they might be able to take it out. But some Zealots from Contrarian pretty good at keeping Lings at bay. They will take out all the Zerglings, and Roach is coming out for Bocephus, I think, is going to force this back. Hopefully that will end the Ling pressure, because Zealot Roach is not really something Lings want to deal with, and still not really much of a defense here. It's just kind of like a hallway that Lings could just run right through. But, oh, looks like Combat Shield just finishing up for Spartan. And what are they going to try next? Right now it's just been all Ling pressure right now. Has Frankenstein ever gotten any upgrades? He does have the +1 star. He does have speed on the way now. That could have been helpful before. We don't have any speed yet for Atlas, who's just now taking gas. Although he is on 3 bases, so I don't necessarily disagree with this. If he wants to go for just to really pump up his economy, although considering he's just now getting gas, he doesn't. I mean, he's all that money. He could have had a lot more drones out here right now, and he still could be making some more. I mean, look at all these larvae that he could be making into drones right now. What is he up to right now? There, he's gonna finally make some more units. I think I see. Yeah, there's some drones in there, but I mean, he's really not taking advantage of what he had going for him. First, after he killed all my workers, he's been kind of just botching up ever since. Look at Speed's just going to finish now. Frankenstein going to scout these side expansions, but no, they're not going to be taken just yet. We have a little bit more room to expand before we have to worry about taking those bases, but he is going to smartly check the high ground. I often take this high ground base if I'm moving over here, simply because a lot of times people just don't scout up there. They'll just run, poke up here, see nothing here, maybe they'll poke over here, see nothing here, and then they'll leave. So this is actually not a bad place to go, and plus it's fairly well defended on the ramp, unless you're Zerg and you can't defend any choke point whatsoever at all, like ever. And Lings, we're going to try to soften up those rocks, but they realize it's really not worth it. And why would you? This ramp is closer to your allies, so why would you want to bust that down until much later when you want to try to fight down there? Bocephus actually would have seen that coming too. If these are the rocks you're going to want to... Oops, where are they? Where are they? These are the rocks you're going to actually want to bust down, because we might be wanting to take these bases. Although they do have... Frankenstein has got eyes on them, so he knows there's nobody taking that. Still, the choice of picking which rocks, and he's being very active, checking for those expansions. That's very good. Something for Zerg with Speedlings to do. Gotta watch out for those Zealots. And he's going to try to find more bases, and it looks like we have nothing going on here. Looks like I'm trying to put up a spine. It's not going to be enough to take care of these lanes, but it looks like he's going to finally decide to finish off Spartan first, but it looks like Contrarian's going to pull in there using Zealots to try to take that out. And oh, those Marines are just going to poke out there, try to snipe a couple extra lanes. It looks like we do see Void Rays out on the map, and they're not going to take out Bocephus' Overlord for some reason. I guess they're just too good to be killing Overlords. Can't help but feel a little bit insulted if you're this poor little guy right here. I mean, look at him. He just looks so dejected now. He's like, Void Rays wouldn't kill me. It's sad. It looks like Contrarian's setting up a nice little front here. Just going to try to guard the mineral line here of Bocephus, but he's getting a little bit of defense of his own. A couple of spores, and only a single spine, though. But that might just be enough, and these Lings are still staying active. They're trying to maintain this map control. They're going to go right in here. I don't know if this is a good idea, and they don't, and they agree with me, so they're just going to pull right out of there. After a few losses, they probably could have pulled up a little sooner and lost fewer Lings. I mean, they got the speed for it. And they got +1 attack, not the +1 armor, so they're not quite as durable, but they do a little bit more damage if they ever get the chance to. And they're gonna try. Nope, they're not gonna try to take this on. And he's gonna lose another Ling to that, which that's not too bad. But now he's gonna run to this meat grinder again. I don't know about this. There's a lot of roaches here. He's gonna get that stalker. He's gonna get the queen too. But now he's up again. He's not got a good surround anymore. He's going up against spines, roaches, stalkers. Just threw away that whole force right there. And on the oh god, I thought Alice was going to run in there after that. That would have been an absolute mistake. These Void Rays are going to try it, but you got to be careful. We can see you now, and we have stalkers here. They do have blink. He could blink forward. Is he going to do? Is he going to blink? Is he going to blink? He is going to blink. Can he get any Void Rays? He might just get one. Can he get that other one? Yes, he does. Gets 2 Void Rays with very little losses of his own. And it looks like we got a bit of a gateway army here with a couple of Immortals here for Federer. Is going to try to back this up. Is it going to be enough? And those couple of Lings are just kind of hiding under the skirts of the Stalkers right now. And yeah, he's going to try to blink out of there, which I think is the right decision. Let the roaches and zealots go in first. Oh, no, they're just going to pull back. Not going to be engagement there. And but looks like Frankenstein didn't quite get the message that they were pulling out, and he's going to lose another cluster of Lings. That can't be good. And it looks like this is going to be kind of the attack path now, right? And we do have Contrarian's going to try to expand over here, getting up a couple of cannons of kind of just watch his own back. And looks like Contrarian's going to send in some zealots just to see if they can do a little bit of damage, or maybe he's just going to be guarding his own expansion. That is quite possible. See, we might actually want to knock these down. This might not be a bad idea for us to do right now. And have I actually gotten anything up yet? Looks like I got a Spire and an Infestation Pit up. I'm getting +1 attack right now. And I'm not really sure what I'm up to. Looks like I'm making Corruptors now. We did see the Void Rays. Maybe we're expecting a large air army, although there's not one manifesting itself just yet. I mean, just 6 Void Rays. That's not a lot for this stage in the game for someone who appears to just be going, yeah, we got 4 Stargates right now and a Fleet Beacon, so he's going all air. You would expect him to have a bit more right now. And I'm not sure why I'm pinging over here. Maybe I'm pinging that Overlord. Well, like, how can I see that Overlord? I mean, oh no, I don't know why I'm pinging over here. And here comes Frankenstein again. If he's going to come over here, he will be able to stop this hatchery, force the cancel, or snipe it. No, he's going to swing past it, and he's going to go right where all the forces are because there's an engagement going on right here. But this is a huge force right here. And he's going to try to get the surround, but, I mean, there's just so many units here. I don't know if that was a good engagement at all. They just went right into the meat grinder. I mean, try to pick us off at where we're not at our strongest, maybe. I don't know. And they're just going to lose that entire army. I don't think that was a good idea. But in the meanwhile, we have Atlas. He's got some Mutalisks here. And I'm going to put my Corruptor to some use. Looks like they managed to get the cannons down, but the base is still standing. And they're going to be flying past these spores. They're not going to stop right there. And I know this is a losing battle. My Corruptors are not going to be able to chase down these Mutalisks. So what am I going to do? I kind of got a beat on what path they're taking. This is deliberate here. I'm actually swinging these around because I expect these Mutalisks to keep swinging up this way. Of course, in the meantime, they are doing a terrible amount of damage to Contrarian's probe line. But here, as predicted, they're going to swing around here and right into the clutches of my Corruptors. And now they're going to go between the Stalkers, which they kind of blinked themselves out of position there, so Milos might be able to escape right now. Does he have another blink? And he does have blink on cooldown. Can he blink ahead and get some more get some more Mutalisks? No. Still, I was quite proud of the fact that I knew exactly where they're going to go, and I intercepted it. And now I am a little bit protected here. He might have been able to do some damage before those had finished, but forced him back for now. My expansion's fine. I haven't really saturated it just yet. Oh, but we have Ultralisks from Frankenstein. Excuse me, I'm getting a little choked up here right now. It's not a very big army, though. And a couple of roaches from Bocephus are gonna take one for the team, but what they're gonna do here? And they're in range of the spine, which is gonna do lots of good damage. Well, I think he's poking at Ling right now. And Infestors. I don't know what they were doing. I didn't see any fungals go off, and so those Infestors. And then Contrarian's gonna blink ahead and gonna try to force the rest of this army back. So that was not very well committed. They needed a much bigger ground army to counter ours because we have enough anti-air for what they've got right now and a pretty beefy ground army. So I just think that was a complete mistake. And we're even getting out Vikings out for Spartans, so we're starting to smell the air force that they're cooking here. And we do have Broodlords on the way for Atlas, but they've shown us so much air right now. Is this really the right decision? I mean, they've seen the Corruptors, they've seen the Blink Stalkers. These are things that should tell you that going big air may not be your best option. And we have a massing of Lings from Frankenstein. He's got 1, 2, and a couple of Ultras thrown in there. They do not yet have the chitinous plating, though. I don't think they do. And they're going to go for my base. I'm going to try to slip those drones out of there. They're going to do a pretty good job. It looks like I am going to lose that expansion, but they are going to run into the Marine Meat Grinder of Spartan, and we're going to try to force them back. We will manage to save my expansion, though, so that is good. And it looks like Spartan's got some of his army back there. It looks like he's going to be ready for another expansion. And it looks like Bocephus is going to expand over here, so we're going to start out expanding them. These guys are not committing to any more expansions. This could be some bad news for them. And we do have Carrier Phoenix. That is an interesting choice. They've not really seen anything the Phoenix would be useful for. They're not good against Corruptors. We've not shown him Mutalisks, we've not shown him like Banshees or anything. I'm not really sure why we're going for Phoenix right now. But it's quite a significant air army. Are we going to be able to deal with this much? And more Broodlords are on the way. After those are done, he will have 14 Broodlords. And he may even be throwing a bit more in. How many Corruptors does he got? He's still got some Corruptors left here. Is he going to try to get some more of those out? But they may want some anti-air. And, oh, looks like Frankenstein's going to try to take on Spartan's army. He's going to get through the Lings, but these Ultras are going to get in. They're going to do some damage. But the Marauders are in the back, which means they can get some pretty good damage in. Taking some pretty significant losses, but in the end, he did manage to take that whole army out. And Frankenstein is basically, well, he's running out of bases here. And for some reason, Atlas decided to put his Greater Spire on Frankenstein's creep. I don't know the reasoning behind that, and it's actually in a pretty snipeable position. If they'd not taken me out, I probably would have Mutalisks out, and they'd be like, "Oh, somebody put a spire right here where I can snipe it. Yes, please." But it looks like they're building for their last stand right here. They're going for Broodlords, carriers, a lot of Phoenix. I don't get this. And even more he's just turning everything into a Broodlord. If Mutalisks could turn into Broodlords, he'd be making those into Broodlords too. Only 4 Corruptors left, so I guess they're depending on the Phoenix pretty much for the majority of their anti-air, but they're not so good against Corruptors, which I have in spades. Oh, looks like I'm gonna get some Broodlords of my own. Only got the +1 attack on those, but yeah. Hey, what do you want? My economy was in shambles. I'm just now kind of getting good saturation on 3 bases, and I'm making sure that no Ling Ultra is going to take this base on again. These spines are going to stop everything, and that drone looks like he should be a spine, and just kind of gave up on it. But it looks like their armies are destined to meet here. We got a couple of Colossi and a lot of Archons from Contrarian, +3 attack and armor, +2 shields even. And Broodlords of my own, which will take care of, well, do they even have ground? And a couple of Zealots from Contrarian, maybe we're kind of poking out right now. There's not much ground though, so the Broodlords of mine are not going to be very useful, except maybe it's Cannon Fire. But here comes the Force. We got some Roaches here for Bocephus going to pull in, and he's going to probably take a lot of damage from these Broodlords. But my Corruptors are going to slowly thin out. And where are you going? I need you to take out these Stalkers for me, if you could. And I'm losing an awful lot of Corruptors here, and the Broodlords are still very much alive. But here come our reinforcements. I got some Broodlords of my own, which could have been very helpful in taking out those Stalkers, so that I might actually have some Corruptors left. The carrier, oh, looks like they may want to focus down one carrier, and as the ground forces fall, they're going to be able to focus down another. The Broodlords are still going to be a major problem, though, and the Roaches are pretty much cleaning up all the reinforcements from the ground. And now the ground army's pretty much used up. My Broodlords are now basically just trying to take out Broodlings at this point in time. Oh, but a couple of Corruptors and the Phoenix there are going to take those out. It's going to completely obliterate my army. And we don't have much anti-air left, so I think, yeah, Contrarian smartly is going to get those Archons out of there. And, yeah, get the Zealots out of there, too, because they're not going to be doing anything. But you might want to just get the Stalkers out of there. Maybe leave the Zealots behind just to soak up the Broodlings while your Stalkers get away. I don't know, but now we got Spartan moving in here with this massive Marine army +2 attack on that. And it looks like, oh, they're going to try to push forward. We got some Lings now here for Frankenstein, but Lings have not proven very effective since the early game when they were really... Oh, but they're going to find this Colossus out on its own, and it was already weakened. And they're going to try to pull this... Oh, but those Infestors, once again, Infestors getting sniped. I don't think I've seen those Infestors do anything this game. And Archons are going to help clean that up completely. And what do we got moving out here? We got a lot of Phoenix right now. They could pick up some of these drones, but instead they're just going to fly in here. And oh, look, I've got Corruptors here and Archons. Yeah, this is really... I really don't know what you were intending to accomplish there. And Stalkers are going to try to snipe those carriers as they make their way in there. And it looks like Stalkers even survived. And those carriers are trying to get out of there. One's going to go down. Are they going to be able to get another carrier? Got to be careful because there are Broodlords in the area. But here come my Corruptors. They'll be glad to help finish this off. And oh, those Broodlords are trying to run away, but it's too late to run now. My Corruptors are out. They got that +2 attack, which means they're doing 24 damage to Massive. And they're not too bad at cleaning up a couple of Corruptors here either. And it looks like Contrarian's going to be taking out this base. I'm going to be covering them against any Broodlord assaults, but those Broodlords are just hightailing out of there as quick as they can. And we do have a move out here of a couple Ultralisks 4-3 upgrades on those, and it looks like they're going to try to swing over here to this base. Ooh, they're going to find a planetary there, and that's not going to be too pleasant for them. My Corruptors are moving out. They want to find those carriers. They want to find those Broodlords. They want to snipe as many as they can, but they have managed to find themselves some Phoenix. And the Phoenix can get away, but instead they choose to fight. Big mistake right there, and... well, I don't know what happened over here. This drone's going to try to... oh, it's going to make it. Oh, it is going to make it. But we have got them on their heels right now. We have got good economy going right now, and they've got to be running out of money. And, oh, we finally see some fungals go down. Those infestors are going to finally do something shortly before they all get killed. And Spartan's going to march into this Protoss base, which has really got nothing left to do right now. And I think this is going to be it. And oh, looks like the Federer and Frankenstein are kind of fighting for this base right now. It's a bit irrelevant. Here come the Broodlords. Looks like I'm going to try to focus down those Corruptors first, because, well, frankly, I don't like the Corruptors. They were talking bad to me. And Federer is going to leave the game. Oh, a lot more Corruptors of mine are just in here, and then I can focus on Corruptors and Broodlords at the same time. And there goes Hazardous. I don't know, they had something with those early attacks, but they didn't follow them up very well, and they kept making questionable decisions, and then they didn't expand. I mean, look at this. We've got pretty much most of the map right now, and that's going to be it. So I hope you enjoyed this game, and have a day.